Welcome to the Minds of Yachtllywood, the podcast. Here we will uncover the stories behind the yachting industry.
Nature, in my opinion, is the greatest designer.
It's a real true concept. I mean, we are so passionate in everything we do.
And it's the perfect blend between product design and architecture.
That you can enjoy every space on board.
The yachting grows very fast here, but they need a service.
I'm Sophianna Bergonzi, your host, and now let's dive into the conversation. But first, take a little second and hit the subscribe button. Welcome to this first episode of the Minds of Yachtllywood podcast. I'm super excited and super happy to have you today here. This is a dream coming true, and so I want to dedicate this first episode to answer a few questions, try to cover as much as I can from the questions you made to me in Instagram, and like that you will get to know me a bit more and you will understand what is the whole purpose of this podcast. So first, one of the questions that you ask is what is Yachtllywood and what is the purpose of this? So I want to connect this a little bit with my story. What I want to do through Yachtllywood is to tell stories. Right. I started in the yachting industry not so long ago. It was 2 years ago. And when I started, let's say accidentally, because I was coming from real estate, I was 100% sure it would be very easy to learn about the industry, that I will go online and I will find the whole manual of how to navigate this industry. And at the end, I found out it was not so easy. And I'm sure if you are in this industry, you have realized the same, that the best and maybe kind of the only way to really learn how to work here is by experience, and also with having mentors that will navigate you again through this path. So when I started talking to different people, knocking doors, because I knocked thousands of them, I heard so many stories and I met so many passionate people, and everybody has a very different story, a very different background, how they arrived to the industry. Some of them have been sailing since 4 years old. Some of them, like me, I come from the mountain in Colombia and now I'm here in Monaco. But we always have these amazing stories to tell. So this is Yachtllywood. It's basically a space for yachting professionals and talents to tell the stories. And these stories and this knowledge can be passed to everybody else listening. Another question that you guys asked is, how did I grow in such a short period of time? Since with Miss Yacht, I've been only working for 1 year, and I mean, I don't think I have a magic formula that I did so. I just happens that I am in the perfect place in Monaco, which is the center of the super yacht industry, and also I am very persistent. I don't give up, and I'm very stubborn. So when some idea comes to my mind, I just have to go and do it. And another thing that I can say is, what do you mean by growing? I mean, in my case, my growth is something very evident, yes, because I work with social media, so I don't think it's a good way to compare, because some other people, even you or everybody, grows at their own rhythm. It's just that they don't show it in social media, so you just don't know how it happens, right? Now, on a side note about growth, I also want to make a point on that, and is that audience that I have is not such a huge amount of followers and a huge amount of views, and is not something that I want to count in quantity but in quality. So this is why in Miss Yacht, to start, and then in Yachtllywood, our focus is to have the good quality of audience and people who are really interested in our niche, which is very small comparing with other industries like fashion, like cars. We are really small. So at the end, our content and what we propose to the people who work with us is to tell their stories and show their talents, show the whole process of their companies, their yachts, their creative process. We show it to the right people, to the right audience who are really interested in the yachting industry and everything that happens behind. What do I like the most in the yachting industry? Many people think that is the lifestyle, the going on a yacht, yachting, drinking champagne on board. This is just, for me, this is a consequence of what happens. But what really passionates me is everything that is behind. So I see, of course, I love yachts as an object. They are beautiful. They are, to me, I get goosebumps because they are really pieces of art. But what's really fascinating is everything that is behind the building, the construction of a yacht, all the creative process, all the manual craft, the materials, the conception, the whole process from the design of the yacht to the launching day. This is really what passionates me. Then after that, the lifestyle, yeah, this is an enjoyment, but it doesn't have the same meaning for me. So as you can see, I have a very creative and very sensitive approach, and this is what I want to show, and what me and my team, we are luckily in the same page, that we want to show the yachting from a very aesthetical, from a very sensitive point of view, more than a commercial. So for us, the whole yachting is about experiences, it's about emotions, it's about the interactions and just being in touch really with what's happening in the industry. And for us, and from my experience, this is the approach that we also suggest to our clients to take when they want to showcase their business and their creative side. So we really focus in the storytelling. We really focus in showing their business from the essence of the whole business. What have been the greatest challenges that I have gone through? I think honestly, I haven't even started to face those big challenges. It's been challenging to come from such a different background from yachting. Even the country where I'm from Colombia. Yeah, my father is French, but we're from the north of France. My mother, and where I was born, is in Colombia, in the mountains. So you cannot be farther from yachting, right? So I am a very passionate person, and I learn, and when I want to learn about something, I dive into the deepest part of the knowledge. But the problem for me was not to learn, was not to get involved in the industry. The problem was more the incredulity, the people who will not believe in me, who will look at me like, oh, suspiciously, who is this girl coming from Colombia talking about yachts? So this has been, and still is, an obstacle for me, but this is something I find more external. So as long as it doesn't come from me, then I feel it's something I can work with, and I just can go ahead. How is it being a woman in the industry? Well, let's say when I started, I tried to be a broker, to start in the brokerage with a charter brokerage. And then I found you have to be somehow aggressive. You need to be there and be ready to attack and be very analytic, be very logic, strategic. And those are, honestly, skills that I don't have. My skills come more from the aesthetic side, from the creative side. So being a woman is something that is somehow, those are skills very feminine, that I can use my femininity to approach the industry. So for me, honestly, it has been my secret weapon, basically. So in conclusion, I do believe that, and I can say it from many experiences, from many different angles, but I think your weakness, you can transform your weakness into your strength. You can transform, and this is something maybe I will go deeper one day, but you can transform, let's say, the hard times, you can transform that energy on good energy to advance and just to keep moving and chase whatever your dreams are. So Yachtllywood is my dream, and I have a long-term plan with it. I'm super lucky that I have found people on the way who have become my team and that are in the same page with me and share the same dream. So step by step we are making this happen, and I really, really, really appreciate that you are listening to this, and I really hope you like it. I will do my best to bring you the best guests, to give you the best value, so you can learn, so you can have a deeper insight of the industry, and you can enjoy and just have fun with this. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us today in the Minds of Yachtllywood, the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting episodes with incredible guests. Until next time.